once again, welcome back once again to yet another round of discussions on this extremely eventful decision-making day when India has virtually decided who its next government would be. But the way these elections have been thrown up both in the center and in the state is a reflection of chemistry more than arithmetic. If you look at arithmetic, yes, we know that the BJP will emerge as the single largest party. We know on paper that the NDA is the biggest bloc, which is well on its way to technically forming a government if these figures hold. We know for a fact that the India Alliance has done phenomenally well, and the Congress itself has touched or almost touched 100 seats, which could ultimately lead to a situation where we will have the Congress performing its best ever in the recent past. Well, at this point of time, the NDA has 293 seats, the India Alliance has 233, the others are 17. I will just stay on with National before we move into a very, very interesting Goa situation. The India bloc has really stepped up its efforts at a shot at government. They have already offered Nitish Kumar of the JDU, apparently offered Nitish Kumar of the JDU the Deputy Prime Minister's post. So the India Alliance's best hope would be to ultimately chip away at the NDA bloc and see who it gets, which includes people who are officially in the NDA and people who are outside the NDA. So all that is happening. The TDP, of course, is going to be a big catch if they get that. The Biju Janata Dal, of course, has got only one seat, so we do not know. The JD, which is, of course, Nitish's party, it's got 14 seats. So all that will happen. But I will begin by asking my esteemed guests, of course, which includes Tulio D'Souza, the Vice President of the GPCC and a spokesman, and Datta Prasad Naik, another senior political analyst, activist, formerly with the BJP, but currently, of course, a very close political worker and works extensively, especially in the Talegaon area. Tulio, I'll begin with you. In spite of its best efforts, the NDA almost came knocking on the doors, but has not yet crossed the threshold. But the very fact that we are actually talking about the permutations and combinations by which the India Alliance could have an outside chance itself is a victory of sorts. Don't you agree?
Thank you, Sujay, for inviting me to this very exciting debate on the election results. First of all, my hearty congratulations to all the candidates who have emerged victorious at the end of today's election.
Yes.
And now coming to your question. First, let me tell you one thing. I feel that BJP has technically today lost this election. Not technically, but they are morally also gone. BJP, which has been having 305 seats in parliament,
right,
today has come down to 240 seats.
Right.
And this is also trends that may come down even further.
Right.
In the highest morality of politics, the Prime Minister should be resigning because the BJP has lost. That is what I remember Rajiv Gandhi had done in 1989 when he, from a majority of some 400 odd seats, he had got 198 and he had tendered his resignation and allowed an alternate government formation. So we have to accept the fact that the BJP has lost this election, because in fact now they have fought this election an NDA, but you see through the last 5 years there was no sign of NDA. It was all Modi Sarkar and BJP that was ruling the
Rahul Gandhi
roost.
had allowed a different formation, but with him his party very much supporting the government in power. Because in 89 I'm talking. You're talking about when VP Singh came in.
VP Singh
Right,
was
right,
not
correct,
supported.
correct,
That was
correct,
supported by
Yes,
Mr. LK Advani,
correct,
and
correct,
Mr.
correct,
LK
correct.
Advani finally
That was the VP Singh government.
withdrew
Yes, yes,
support
correct,
when he
correct.
was arrested
That's right,
with
correct.
his
Absolutely,
Rath
correct.
Yatra
Yes, yes,
at
yes,
Bihar,
correct, correct.
if memory serves.
Yes, yes, correct.
Now, coming back to this, the situation is that I feel that the BJP has lost, because if you see during the tenure of the last 5 years, it has always been Modi Sarkar, BJP Sarkar. And only when India Gathbandhan got into its act about 6 months ago, that the Prime Minister or the BJP party got into the act of calling some of those NDA allies and having a meeting. Otherwise, one never heard of NDA during the entire 5
Right,
years.
right.
So today, the BJP, which had started with a slogan, Naro, 400 par, today they could not even match the 300 plus seats that they had in parliament, and they are well short of the majority.
Even
They are-
NDA is less than 300 par. Even NDA itself is less than 300 par.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now what I'm saying is I am on one part that the BJP technically and morally has lost the right to govern, and they have to accept this fact that the people have the numbers do not really matter at this moment in this talk. The arithmetic of numbers and the chemistry of working are two different
Right.
ball games
Right,
in this.
right.
But the arithmetics will matter, no doubt, in parliament in terms of the crunching the numbers.
Right.
But the chemistry of working is that the fact is that the BJP has lost the moral authority to rule because they have lost this election from 303, they have come down to 240 odd.
Prasad, if you look at even say Uttar Pradesh, of course we will look at the Samajwadi Party's resounding victory, that's a different issue. But if you look at the area, the core areas which is called the Gandhi family belt of Amethi and Raebareli, the Gandhis suffered so much of ridicule from the BJP around that time. I mean, both Smriti Irani and others were just ridiculing the Gandhi family completely. And where you see Rahul Gandhi has got almost over 6.5 lakh votes, leading by about 4.5. I mean, his margin is much more than the Prime Minister's margin. In Raebareli, in Amethi also Smriti Irani is trailing. Now, the issue here is, would you say that this is due to the revival of the Congress, or do you feel that there is something changing in the India that we see today?
See, first of all, I would not agree with Mr. Tulio where he's saying it's a defeat of the BJP. The BJP was the main part of NDA. And this election was fought as NDA versus India. This is a clear victory of the NDA.
Okay.
Because, see, 400 par was a target set. So whether they get 290 or 280 or even 273.
Okay, you feel let's not dwell into that much of a political strategy.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll
So it's a
moving
victory of
beyond
the
that.
BJP.
Okay,
I would
fine.
not say it's a defeat of the BJP.
Okay, okay.
The Congress has not even crossed 3 figures yet. Yes, so no, it has not. They're still on 99, I guess, or 98.
Okay, fine.
So yeah, so it's not that Congress can just claim victory over here. Now, as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned, and as you rightly said, Amethi also Smriti Irani has been performing there from last 10 years, and UP has always had all this caste dynamics. And I have personally worked in Amethi when Smriti Irani in 2014 lost the elections to Rahul Gandhi by a very small margin. So we were, the entire Goa team was there that time. So we have seen that place. It's a constituency which was held by the Gandhis, I think, since independence. We have seen the, in what state the people live over there.
Right.
And the living conditions for the people was so pathetic. There was
Right.
no electricity.
Right.
We were working, we ourselves were working on gas lamps.
Right.
Because there was no electricity in the guest house. Only 4 hours a day we were having electricity.
Right.
So it was that pathetic. So probably a lot of caste factors, and this might have led to all these issues because of this Samajwadi Party and Congress getting together.
Okay, now let's quickly come to our state, our beloved Goa, and look at what has happened in South Goa first. Because in South Goa, what has really happened? See, on the face of it, the Congress has retained the South Goa seat. On the face of it, okay, but between 2019 and 2022, I feel the universe has changed completely. In the sense that this time there was a very, very decisive voting, I would say, against the BJP in South Goa. Though the AAP factor played a part and the United Opposition played a part, there were phenomenal leads in Salsette. The interesting point here is that the 60,000 lead in Salsette is not something that surprises and shocks me. What is important is the votes that the Congress has got in the new conquest areas, where they have undoubtedly got less seats than the BJP in each of the constituencies, but the margin in each of the constituencies in Ponda, Sangay of course there's a bit bigger, except Sangay and Matkai. In every other non-Salsette constituency, the lead of the Congress, the BJP has shrunk completely compared to 2019. This obviously means that there is a ground shift, and it's not just the Catholic vote which is giving this. One of the factors could be, of course, it's a new candidate. Suddenly, the candidate was posted. There were a lot of despondency among workers. The workers did not completely support and all that. According to you, what are the reasons why the Congress has done so well in South?
I would not say the Congress has done well. I would say the BJP has done badly.
Okay,
Because probably, as you said, the candidate, it was a complete new candidate who had absolutely no connect with the voters as well as with the workers. So the very important part is the worker. Like today, there is no harm in saying, and I can take names as well. Narendra Savikar had absolutely kitchen connect with the voter and the worker. I would say kitchen connect.
right.
Because when he came to my ancestral house, which is in Madkai, he knows who my grandmother is, he knows who my grandmother's sister is, means he is that much connected to the family of the workers.
Right.
So he's there with everybody, even in the good times as well as the bad times. So probably I personally feel that Narendra Savikar, I can make this statement today, would have been a better candidate, and he would have definitely been in a good winning position. The morale of the cadre would have been different, and probably if Mrs. Dempo had to contest, I feel that she should have come around a year ago in the political framework, and she should have started working, and probably then she was just airdropped. So we cannot blame her also for the loss, but she was just airdropped. So that I personally feel was a mistake, or probably anyone among the cadre, if not Narendra Savikar, there were so many ladies also in the cadre, probably would have been a better candidate.
But what about the, I'll address this to Tuli, but what about the voters, in the sense that if Narendra Modi was on the ticket and everybody was voting for Narendra Modi in the Lok Sabha elections and not because of any candidate, then they would have anyway got that, which obviously means that the issue is the Narendra Modi factor did not work in South Goa.
No, it's not that the Narendra Modi factor didn't work as such. It's that we have seen in both the constituencies, north as well as south, the BJP cadre has spoken. Sripad Babu has won this election on his image and on his stature.
Right.
Let me again say this. I had said this before also.
Right.
When a lot of things were not going right, he was not being invited as guest for certain functions, everything.
Right.
That time also I had been saying that. The stature of Shripad Naik is also very big. And he has won this election on his stature. He has won this election on the work of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi ji.
And what about South Goa then?
And South Goa, again, as I told you, means we didn't have a candidate of the stature of Sripad Naik for South. As I have rightly said, it had to be someone from the cadre. That is my personal opinion. He would have done much better. Again, not taking anything away from the efforts what Mrs. Dempo took, but then it was too late. Just a month ago, putting her in this battlefield, it was definitely wrong.
Tulio, the same question to you. What were the core reasons why the Congress has almost won the South Goa seat?
Congress has won the South Goa seat, and this is on the expected lines. In fact, we should have won it by a bigger margin, I feel, because our South Goa voters, we have been extensively touring the constituency, and South Goa, why South Goa? The whole of Goa was voting for a change. And they were utterly disgusted with not only the politics of Goa, the massive scams that are taking place in Goa, which are there for everyone to see, whether it is the smart city in Panjim. I know they may not be parliament level issues, but there's issues that are confronting the day-to-day lives of the people, whether it's the Kala Academy scam, these I'm talking here around the corner of the city. I can point out to you another 10-20 scams all over the place, which the people are fed up. People are wanting governance, and there is no governance to be found anywhere else. Now, the people have voted for a change, and Captain Viriato was definitely, the result was of the people voting for a change across all lines of caste, community and creed. And I feel that is why that we are not really surprised. But we congratulate the voters of South Goa for coming out openly and showing the light to the people of the state. As far as North Goa is concerned, I feel that we may have fallen short of the people's expectation in terms of the candidate or in terms of our workers reaching the people with the party's programs and policies. But we'll definitely analyze the results in all its merits.
No, North
that
Goa,
we
to be
will get.
honest, the Congress, there was nothing called the organization there.
You see,
in the booths, in the blocks, there was nothing there.
Sujay, you
Yeah.
also have to realize that the party has got considerably weakened in the last few
Exactly,
years.
correct, yes.
First, we had 15 MLAs going away, and now in the recent past, we had 1.5 year ago another 8 MLAs going. Now, we cannot close our eyes to reality and say that nothing has happened. Definitely, the party has got considerably weakened, and this is in line with the BJP's policy of winning away all the strength from the opposition parties and weakening them as much as possible so that they don't match up to the BJP in electoral strength. And this is what they have done throughout the country. So today we are looking at the Goa election, fair enough, but we also have to look at the national election. And as I said in the opening remarks of this debate, that the BJP has a moral defeat at their doorstep by 303 becoming 240 when they had to reach actually 400 as per their targets.
Right.
The other part, just give me a minute.
Sure.
The other part was regarding what happened. The bastion and the nerve center and the political barometer of power at the center lies in Uttar Pradesh. What is the state in Uttar Pradesh today?
The BJP is actually behind SP and Congress, yes.
They have totally been rejected by the electorate. And the Honorable Prime Minister himself was trailing. I know he has won the election probably after that in Varanasi. But what has happened in BJP, which is traditionally and historically been the political barometer of the entire country,
Right.
today BJP has found its citadel totally in shatters.
Right.
You look at all the metro cities, you look at Chennai, in Tamil Nadu, the BJP and its allies have been routed. You look at East, in Calcutta, the BJP and allies are
Completely.
routed.
In fact,
And
if you look at Bengal result,
you
whether
look at-
BJP has done worse than what it did in 2018.
and you look at Bombay, you look at Maharashtra.
Yes.
You look at Maharashtra, what has happened. In spite of BJP resorting to fragmenting the Shiv Sena, the NCP and the Congress, they're winning away Ashok Chavan and so many other leaders of the Congress in the last 6 months, still today the results have shown.
Correct.
The Maharashtra Vikas Agadi has performed exceedingly
Along
well.
with the Sharad Pawar NCP.
Yeah, obviously, it is the Sharad Pawar is the original NCP. Whatever they
correct.
might have undermined his stature,
correct.
and
Uddhav Thackeray is original
he's-
Shiv Sena anyway. So
Absolutely. So, by using all their power, the men, the machine, the muscle, and all other types of power, including all the central agencies like the Election Commission of India and the ED and the CBI, the people of this country are definitely sensitive to what is happening in the country, and I think the people have spoken and the results are there for all to see. As I said, the arithmetic of numbers may be finally relevant to form the government, but the takeaway from this election is much more than the arithmetic of numbers which my friend Datta Prasad was talking about.
See, in elections, Prasad, the thing is, there is this saying which makes that it is the people who can turn political giants into political pygmies. Will this line be relevant to what has happened to the the turncoats who took the name of God when defecting, along with the entire pantheon of defectors who have been cut to size in a manner that is absolutely ruthless and decisive by the people of South Goa?
Probably now there are jokes going on in social media that God came and spoke to the people of Margao.
Yes.
So, that apart, but as Tulio is again and again pointing to UP, so let me just tell Mr. Tulio again that it's an election of the country. And in the election of the country, every election you'll lose one state, you will gain another state. What about Orissa? Orissa has been swept by BJP. And
Okay, you finish, then I have a point,
They
but I'll
are
let you
forming the
continue.
government also. As he said, East BJP is being wiped off. Like if you just come below West Bengal, then they have swept Orissa for the assembly, as well as they have done very well for the assembly, as well as they are sweeping all the 20 seats there in the
Right.
Lok Sabha. Andhra, we have seen the turnaround in Andhra. The NDA alliance has literally wiped off YSRP. And again, I think they have opened an account in Kerala as well. One seat, yes, but it was 0 there, and they've opened an account there. Again, Karnataka with the Congress government there.
Karnataka performance has been very, very good.
Absolutely.
But
18 seats with the
it's
Congress.
16-10, no?
Yeah.
16 seats.
No, it's 18
I'll just
for the
check.
BJP, and
I'll check right now.
No, it I think had gone down to 16 or 17.
No, I'll
last.
check it. You'll see it on the screen, on your screen right now. You'll see it on your screen right now, the Karnataka result. Wait.
and again Telangana. Telangana is 8-8 for BJP.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. I know why this is not coming, but Karnataka, I think it was 16-10 if I'm not mistaken. Anyway.
No, Karnataka you can
It
look
was
at it.
18-10
No,
before I
but
came to
you
this
see
studio.
there it
There we
is,
see
there it
Karnataka.
Yeah,
is. But Karnataka,
so it's 19-9 now.
yeah.
It is 17 to
Yeah, and,
9.
yeah, because JDS is again NDA ally.
Right.
So it's 19-9. So they again improved on what I am saying.
No, they have not improved.
Of course they have.
No, Karnataka, the BJP was on, there are 20,
See,
they were
that
on
was
20.
last time. That was last time. What I'm trying to tell you now
and
is that you have
Congress-
your government over there.
And Congress with
See,
one, from one seat.
Karnataka, I agree with you.
There is a Congress government in Karnataka
Yeah.
and Telangana.
Okay.
And in Telangana, BJP is getting 8 seats. That's doubling what they had last time.
Okay,
More than double. So what I'm trying to tell you is that it's the entire country's election. Probably you may have setbacks in states like Maharashtra or UP, but at the same time you have to see how many you have gained as well.
Okay. So my response to
And
you.
again, as he came to the smart city, and you know, when it comes to any elections, finally the voter is the king, and the voter has spoken out in this election.
Okay.
And let me just specifically point to Panjim. In Panjim, we got 6,000 lead in the last elections.
In the 19 or 22?
I'm talking about the 2019.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, BJP, that is Shripad Babu, got around 11,000 votes, and there was a lead of 6,000 votes. And now the smart city mess that we all are seeing, the lead, I have been told, I don't have the exact numbers, but I have been told that Panjim has just given a lead of 2,000 votes in an election where Shripad Babu is winning by 1,15,000 votes.
Right. Right.
So, I think even that course correction needs to be done in that. So, who actually gets the voters? Even in Talegaon, let me point out, Congress has got, I have been told, more than 10,000, more than 9,000 votes.
Okay.
And BJP is not having 15,000 votes as given by the MLA to one of the BJP ministers who was taking reviews some month ago.
Okay. Okay. Now, see, while I broadly agree with the submission that you made with regard to national elections, Prasad, the reason why UP becomes important in a discussion like this is because to understand, and you'll understand it, you've been with the party for such a long time, that UP has a very significant presence in national politics, not only in BJP politics. Okay, the saying that the road to 7 Racecourse Road starts from Lucknow is a very, very important saying. Okay. Also in this election, the entire Ram Janmabhoomi movement, the efforts, building of the temple, I would, okay, at one level it is a question of astha, it is a question of faith and all that. But can anybody deny that ultimately it was the entire movement gave BJP very rich political dividends, and the BJP has used this as a political weapon as well? Then let us look at what the BJP's expectations out of UP was concerned. See, with a chief minister like Yogi Adityanath and with the amount of power that he wields and the kind of politics that he does, there was a virtually a belief in the BJP that they would absolutely rout the opposition and get almost close to 50-60 seats. I'll just finish the point, and then you can take up. So that is the reason when you look at UP, so we have to look at UP with a different lens from the rest of the country, primarily because of the circumstances in which UP's politics goes around. That is the only submission. Yeah, Tulip.
Well said, Sujay, on this matter, because we all know, as I had said, the UP is the political barometer. You went ahead and said that the road to racecourse is from Lucknow, and in total agreement with that, because that is the sensitivity or the interpretation of this country's political power.
Yes.
But now let us see why the BJP. Now you said, you talked about Ram Janmabhoomi and the entire political narrative that was unwound and set before the people. Some virtually and some in reality.
Right.
The Prime Minister himself leading the charge in many states,
That's
and
right.
we have not heard certain speeches which were very much in tune with the fabric and ethos of this country's secular fabric. And the polarization of voters was sought to be done.
Right.
And all the narrative that was sought to be played was in tune with that. But the voter of this country is very smart. And the core issues that were confronting the people were lost in the process.
Right.
What were the core issues? Simple issues. There has been an across the board increase in the prices. What we in Konkan say Margai. The across the board increase. The Prime Minister unfolded a big narrative in 2014 when he came to power from the Ramlila grounds, questioning that the dollar has going down. Today the dollar has, I think, breached 84 or 85. He was always talking about the petrol prices will never be more than 50 rupees, it reached 60 rupees. Today the petrol prices have reached 100 rupees. And like this, the entire narrative was on the functioning of the government and the economy and the well-being of the people.
Right.
The prices of the gas cylinder. All these were the issues that were sought to be highlighted, and for good measure, they are affecting the people. Today, all these issues were swept under the carpet. The next huge issue before the country, and the promises made were not kept. Unemployment. Whether the 50,000, 50 lakh, 1 crore, whatever jobs were promised.
Right, of course.
The one couldn't see. I'm not talking about only government jobs.
Okay.
I'm talking about even generating investment and infrastructure and industry so that gainful employment will be generated to the youth.
So I'll quickly have to move back to South Goa primarily because this whole statement that I made, that people can make political giants into political pygmies. Now the issue is, if you look at the turncoat MLAs who came, Digambar Kamath, Alex Sequeira, though Reginald has not joined but he's backing the BJP, all this entire lot of people who were there. Plus, if you look at the earlier lot who also came, they were originally Congress people. Now the thing is, does the BJP have to do a very serious rethink? And again, going back to your cadre issue, essentially saying that you can no longer play with people's sentiments by bringing in people from outside and giving them important positions while the cadre is completely neglected, because the cadre will hit back.
Absolutely. Because that has been clearly evident in the Talegaon and Panjim results.
Right.
So just on their support,
Right.
what's the increase in the vote share of the BJP? In fact, it's come down in Panjim.
Right.
And
So while we are focusing on South Goa, you're also saying that even in North Goa,
Absolutely.
in Panjim and Talegaon, the BJP lead has not been so, and probably people are not talking about it because of the 1 lakh
Absolutely.
plus lead of
in something in an election where you're winning 1,15,000, the topmost minister, who is a high-profile minister,
Right.
what lead is he giving to the party?
Right.
So that's a bigger question. And as we are speaking about South Goa, again I've been telling you that the cadre issue is definitely there. And it's not only about South Goa, it's also about North Goa and everywhere in Goa. So definitely the cadre is the most important part of the party.
So this entire rejigging exercise, do you see that all these people not getting seats at the next elections and having a fresh leadership coming up?
See, whereas we talk about the assembly elections, it's not hidden from anybody. The 20 seats came purely because of the split in vote of the opposition.
That's right. Right.
It's maybe RGP, it may be Aam Aadmi Party.
Correct.
Congress or probably one opposition party could not get the 65% voters
Of the non-BJP voting.
Absolutely. Means the 65% of the voters who voted against BJP,
Sure.
probably 40% had to come together under one platform.
Correct.
which we are seeing now in the India Alliance. As I had again said, caste factors, everything matters a lot.
Right, right.
So probably that was a failure why today BJP is in power in the assembly elections.
Right.
So that it doesn't justify that because outsiders were taken, we won elections.
Right, right, right.
It is just that there was a split in the opposition votes. Probably what if the Goa assembly scenario also we have a India type situation in the next elections.
Tell me the one important question. At the end of the day, not giving 2 seats to the party and being able to give only 1 seat. See, because ultimately Pramod Sawant's entire say politics, his presence and his responsibility was to ensure that 2 seats are delivered. And the point is, the loss of that South Goa seat is going to affect them much more than the euphoria of winning the North Goa seat. I mean, and that is already happening because all the South Goa leaders have been now called to the party office. There is an assessment going on. How much will this affect Pramod Sawant's standing within the system?
So definitely his detractors and probably MLAs who are trying to occupy his chair
Right.
will try to spend some
To snap,
try to send some other messages and other, but I think we should give Dr. Pramod Sawant the credit. He has worked really hard for this assembly, this Lok Sabha elections.
Right.
We have actually seen him toiling in South Goa more. Then we could actually see him more in South Goa than in Sakre
That's
itself,
right.
where he has given a massive lead to the party today. So he toiled hard, and even in 2019 we lost the South Goa seat, and that time he had just become the chief minister. So probably you cannot say that it is because of him, or you cannot put the blame on him. But as far as I am
not him.
concerned,
See, as a leader, you take the responsibility. That's all.
yes, definitely. I'm sure he's a leader who is not going to run away from his responsibility. He's definitely going to take the responsibility. But we cannot, say that it's his failure as such.
Right,
That is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Because the BJP constituencies, except for Salset, all the other BJP constituencies, I think he has got a good lead.
Yeah, 11 constituencies in South Goa, BJP got a lead, 9 constituencies Congress
Yes,
got a lead.
No, but you know what? My friend Prasad is trying to pick and choose certain things. The credit or the debit for the results goes in its totality. You cannot pick and choose that in Panjim it happened like this and Talegaon it happened, but in Sankli it was good. And this. The fact remains that the BJP has won North Goa convincingly. I congratulate them, but you see, winning North Goa for them is not a big icing on the cake.
It's not a huge achievement.
Because you look at the elections to parliament from North Goa ever since liberation.
Yes.
The BJP, and earlier it was the same incarnation, was the MGP. They were winning consistently, except I think 2 or 3 times
Correct.
when we won.
It
that
was a done
seat.
deal, let's put it
It was
this
a
way.
done
Yeah.
deal.
Yes, yes.
So you cannot either give a credit or a debit to the Chief Minister or Pramod Sawant saying that. But as you rightly said, it is the South Goa that was under, because right now Congress position in terms of its MLAs and the party cadre is severely depleted. And we had to, we are slowly in the process of rebuilding our organization, which we are doing step by step. And the BJP, after having the government of the day, having all the MLAs in the south, with the exception of 2 MLAs,
Right.
which we have,
Right.
and having the entire government machinery and all the other resources
Right.
at their
its command,
at
yes.
its command and
Yes.
disposal. You are even stealing the words away from my mouth. And today definitely it's a matter of scrutiny for them to check what went wrong
Right.
and what went right with the people's choice.
Right, correct.
It's the people, ultimately it's the people's choice and the people's decision that is supreme in an election.
So one important, just a quick snippet. Siddesh Naik has given a statement saying that the Kumarju MLA Pandurang Matkekar has not worked enough in the constituency to get votes for Shripad Naik. So there are little things being played out.
See, now
but
those
what
are
was-
all petty
but
issues.
what
Now
was
Siddesh Naik is probably,
Yeah.
he wants to contest there.
Yeah. No,
So
just
those
for the benefit of
those are all
your-
smaller
No,
issues. But as see,
yes.
I'm not protecting Dr. Pramod Sawant, or I'm
No,
not,
no, no, obviously not,
See,
yes.
my thing is only what I'm trying to tell you is that we just cannot blame him for that. A constituency is where the huge lead has come.
Right.
That is probably Salset.
Right.
Now BJP was never strong over there.
Right.
And the imported candidates,
Right.
means the MLAs,
Right.
who used to speak to God,
Right.
probably they have, you have seen their performance.
Right.
So I think that has to be more in the focus,
Correct.
more than, because these are the candidates who even wanted to be the chief minister.
Correct.
Who were dreaming of being the chief minister for last, I think, 2 years or so.
Correct, correct.
They are in the BJP. So probably now I think it's curtains for them with this performance.
See, already the national television channels are giving hints on whether the India alliance will be together or not.
So
Even
that's
the-
a different issue
Yeah.
now it all comes to ethics and all those things.
Correct.
So that's a different issue. Now again, as you said, the India alliance. Now many people from India alliance, many parties may join NDA as well.
See, ethics is the stepmother
yeah,
of all.
so we are into that.
Ethics, no ethics.
Ethics is the stepmother of all
Absolutely.
politics.
Who will be the stepmother of politics and who will be the stepbrother
Probably
of
in the last
of the
5 years,
formation?
in the last 5
That is-
years, we
will
have seen there is no
unfold
ethics in this,
time.
especially in Goa.
All this will unfold in the few
One
hours
final,
that,
okay,
that are
one
to come.
final thought before we wrap up this. Now let's focus on the Congress. Where does the Congress go from here? Undoubtedly, it's a big victory in South Goa. It is a morale boosting victory. It has happened in spite of the deficiencies of the Congress. Ultimately, people have taken it forward. There would probably be hope that more people's issues will be raised. We have an articulate voice in Parliament now. For the first time, we have a good opposition voice in Parliament who's going to speak, who may take up issues, somebody who's a grassroots person, albeit new, and we can look forward to very interesting debates and discussions in Parliament. Fine. Now, the point is now, if you see right now, there is a good combination, visible combination in the Congress working on. I mean, you have Viryat, and then you have the Yuri Alemao, and then you have Alton, you have others who are all there to take it. Though the number is small, but the energy seems to be very, very good, and that energy has been carried through. Now, these are very interesting takeaways. So, from these takeaways, if these are seeds, then how can these seeds be watered to have a very good Congress plant and a Congress tree, not only in South Goa, but finally in North Goa as well?
See, we take this victory of the Congress candidate, Captain Viryat, in the South Goa Parliament with greatest humility, and we thank the people of South Goa particularly, and all the people in the North Goa who have voted for us, for the encouragement and trust that they have reposed in the Congress party,
Right.
despite, as you said, some of the deficiencies in the party, and the deficiencies which are under scrutiny and which will be remedied by the party in time to come. We have a bright leadership under our new president who has been appointed almost 2 years ago,
Correct.
Mr. Amit Patkar. We also have Yuri Alemao as our leader of opposition, and
Right.
now as with Captain Viryat as the voice of, I would say, not only South Goa but voice of Goans in Parliament.
Right.
Articulate and well briefed and well informed about the issues that are plaguing Goa, which the BJP was very reluctant to take up. And
Correct.
one of those biggest issues was the Madhe issue, which is dear to the heart of all Goans. So, taking up all these issues is intricately linked to the growth of the party. And the party will stand by Goans and these few issues that are dear to Goans. And I'm sure if we look at, give sufficient programs and policies before the people in terms of this price rise, unemployment, youth, women, I think these are key issues which the party will dwell upon, and I'm sure we are going to come up with sufficient programs before the people in the run up to the 2027 assembly elections,
Right.
for challenging the current formation, which is rocked by its own internal battle of contradictions and all other issues that are there for Goans to see.
Prasad, do you see that, if the Congress, AAP and the opposition alliance gets together, it's going to be very challenging for the BJP moving forward?
See, the BJP is a workforce, and there are proper think tanks also there. So they will definitely work in a better way now, and they will do a course correction,
Right.
which doesn't happen with their party.
Right.
Okay, and like as you said about Congress being a tree and that, we are missing out one more
The
big
Congress
factor.
is not yet a tree.
Absolutely,
It has,
yeah.
it has a seeds that if it waters, it will become a plant.
No, I think now it's too late for them, at least in North Goa, because there is another tree which is already grown. So let me take this opportunity to congratulate two people, that is the RGP President Viresh Borkar and Manoj Parab as the candidate of North Goa. They have done exceedingly well. in the north. He has got 45,000 plus votes. So we have to give him due credit for that. Because I myself was not expecting Manoj to get around 25 plus, but he has got 45,000 plus votes. And probably they will be a major factor in the next assembly elections. That cannot be ruled out today, at least in the North Goa.
Okay.
So we need to give them that credit. We are only speaking
So
about BJP and
you're
Congress
looking
here.
at alternate political formations that will come
Absolutely.
into play. Right?
So the AAP maybe means last elections it was about TMC and AAP. RGP was a surprise.
Right.
But now they may no longer be a surprise if they get their act together, if they get their things right.
Right.
Definitely they are going to be the party to look out for the next assembly elections.
Okay, we'll slowly kind of wrap up this session right now. Before we do that, let us a quick look at where the NDA stands: 297, India 229, others at 17. What does the Election Commission say right now? BJP is
241.
Yeah, I'll just quickly refresh. It says 241.
So they have gone down. They were 244.
Correct. So it is 241. Now 241 is still, I mean, it's still not a, it's way short of a majority. So it all boils down to what the NDA ultimately does, because this is what is going to happen. So the NDA's performance is going to be important. So yeah, so 295, 231, that is what the NDA figures right currently are, and 17. Anyway, on this particular note, on this very, very eventful day, there are two takeaways. The BJP-led formation is most likely to be invited to form the government unless there's a huge political shake-up. But even if that shake-up happens, it looks, even if it happens, I'm saying, it will happen, not right now, but at a later stage. The Congress has done exceedingly well in South Goa, and it sees a lot. There's a lot of hope, and we'll have a fresh new MP in Parliament from Goa, which is interesting. The BJP has, though it has won, there's a lot of questions that it needs to answer, a bit of soul searching to do, especially with regard to defections and how it has managed its politics. But overall, it's been an extremely very good, exciting day. It has not been a one-sided affair, which is a very, very good thing for democracy. At the end of the day, the people have spoken, and ultimately the people have shown that whatever the results be, they are the ones who actually rule. Thank you very much.
Thank you.